Now. Wait, you did something that said
Yep.
now. Yes?
How about this? Now you can hear us? Yay! I don't know what this... It's some Stickam setting that I can't seem to make stick. So, I don't know.
I don't know about those things.
So,
They just
hello.
fill my head. Good morning.
You can
Well,
almost
no.
kind of see
Good
us.
afternoon on the East Coast. Good morning on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Welcome to Relationship Rehab.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you saw us the last time, we were planning on moving. And if you did, then you know that obviously we've moved.
Yes, right. A whole different environment behind
Completely.
us.
As I'm looking up and seeing 3 woodpeckers.
Yeah, we have
Trust me.
woodpeckers next door.
Yeah. Trust me, we didn't have that back in Miami.
No.
We had
Loud humans.
lots of those.
Yeah.
We had buffalo frogs.
Yeah.
No woodpeckers.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Right now they're just jumping around. They haven't started with it. Tap 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 tap.
Yeah.
Tap, tap.
The first day it kind of annoyed me. I couldn't
Yeah.
figure out what it was. We both thought that it was an incompetent contractor. And it was not good. Tap, 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 tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that wasn't it.
Oh.
And what else do we have here? Well, to get here, we actually drove across the country, and that's why we didn't even try to do our show last Friday, because that would have been too crazy, and it would have just been. It would have been a good time too, because we were in a very good space.
What space were we at? Sedona?
We had just yeah. We
Woof.
had left Sedona and we were going to Las Vegas.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
So we decided to do this outside because we are inundated in boxes. Even though we've done really well and like killed, what, 3/4 of the boxes?
Yeah, but we're
still
up to our eyeballs in boxes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I have to at least fluff all of our clothes because it's kind of that stale smell
Yeah.
from being boxed up.
And one of the other things you have to do is find a recycling place up here so that we can get rid of all of the empty
The
boxes.
You know, and this is one of the things that I have to say about California. Hey, California, what the hell's up with the recycling?
Yeah.
When we left here, I mean, granted, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Maybe
But when
that's
we
it.
left here, you know, recycling was already started, and but we did get our box quickly. But it's just a teeny box.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to do a lot more recycling.
Yeah, we do. I mean, in Miami, we had like the mega recycling bin, and we did more recycling than we did regular trash.
Right.
So, come on, step up, California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, 3 boxes.
I don't
Yeah.
get it. It's weird. It hasn't changed at all in 16 years.
Yeah.
We went from the little boxes to what? We still have the little boxes. Now, granted, up here, I don't know if it's different because, you know, obviously we're in the middle of nowhere, but I don't know how it is down the mountain. So
apparently down the mountain and the seacoast, it's gloomy.
it's gloomy today?
Yeah.
Well,
we have no gloom.
we have no
here.
gloom.
We don't
We
have
have-
a cloud. I can't find a cloud.
good morning, Angie.
Hey.
There is no clouds in the sky. Today's high will be a chilly 74. I think the low is like 45. And yes, at night it gets cold.
Yeah.
There's
And
no
there's
question.
absolutely no liquids in the air at all.
There's absolutely no
I'm not
moisture
used
in
to
this
that.
air. And that's weird because when we got up here on Monday, on Sunday night, it was humid because it had been raining for like 3 days.
Right.
And so it was nice. You know, it was
Yeah,
cool.
for us, it was normal.
It was kind of normal. And then Monday was nice. Tuesday was nice. Wednesday was getting a little weird. Yesterday, all of us were doing the same thing. The boys' lips cracked. You know, we were drinking water by the gallons. You know, my nose hurt from it being so dry.
Yeah, you can see like white areas on my legs. And this
Paul's
is with,
skin.
Yeah.
Paul's precious skin got dry.
Yes.
So he had to moisturize.
Yeah. And yes, it is morning here.
It
is
is
9
morning.
a.m. And so the whole dynamic might be a little bit different because we're not morning people.
Not even a little bit. We have been since we've been here because tap tap tap.
Because we have to. Yes.
Okay, I just find it fascinating. I find it truly fascinating to be in this. You know, we look out our windows and we see these large, piney kind of trees, and we drive down the street and there's somebody with a Christmas tree and they're living in the middle of their front yard and like a real ass Christmas tree.
That's
this
right.
is not.
Yeah.
This is not like pretend Christmas tree.
Yes, we seem more low key, more mellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because we haven't woken up yet.
Yes, that's basically it. Don't worry, we'll get more high key soon. Okay, what the hell are you?
What is this?
I don't know, some type of insect thing that I'm not used to.
I mean, like the other day we were, what were you doing? Oh, we were watching TV. That's a weird thing about being up here. We're very into, those are doves, by the way.
Yeah.
Those are doves.
Now we have doves.
I looked them up. Looked them up. You know, we do things like,
no, same TV channels. It's just that we're actually sitting and watching it as a family.
As a family. Which is
instead
odd.
of working to the wee hours of the night and that kind of stuff.
And we're both being very diligent about
yes,
spending time as a family, and which is funny after spending a week in the car together that we'd want to spend any time with these people. You know, it's like
we did okay with that. The week in the car wasn't as bad as
But it was basically you and me against the world.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like wrangling the 3 kids, wrangling the 2 dogs. The 2 dogs were actually saints through the whole thing. I mean, I was so surprised. You know, they just didn't like to be left alone. That was their thing. Just don't leave me alone. But which made that a big pain in the butt when it came to going out to dinner, you know, eating at all.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, where do you eat with 2 dogs with you?
Yeah, 2 dogs and 3 kids.
Yeah. And we found in New Orleans it was, if we just had the dogs, it would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we just had the kids, it would be cool.
Yes. Apparently, dogs are allowed to go to titty bars.
Yes.
But kids aren't.
No.
Who knew?
Kind of sucks. Or bars in general. We were allowed to bring the dogs.
Yeah.
You know, but couldn't bring the kids.
Yeah.
And they frown upon leashing your kids outside.
Yeah. No matter how many times we
I know.
it.
Good morning, Pecan. Good morning. Yes. And this one got a lot of play. Come here.
Yes. Yeah.
This one here got a lot of play because she got shaved before we left.
Yeah, so she's got like
extra
ugly on.
So everybody was like, "My God, she's so cute. What is she?" She's shaking as well. It's TV. I know it's your first time. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Why are you shaking?
Yeah.
She doesn't like. She's too little to be outside, and it's kind of cold. Not cold. I mean, it's a little chilly.
So Andrew's asking, how are we liking it?
We're liking it. I think that last night I leaned over to him and I go, "Do you have that feeling that, you know, you're wondering when do you go home?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely still have that vacation
Yeah.
feeling.
I think that after we take Jeannie to college, that we'll feel more like she's.
That's
like
actually my I want to be done feeling. Is this? I'm really tired of the after we blank blank blank, then we will blank blank blank. I'm really tired of that conversation.
Yeah. You know, you feel, you know, when we live in
Yeah, Angie understands.
Yeah. Living in Miami, you know, everybody was like, you know, "Oh, you live in paradise," and they refer to it as paradise all the time, and that's not my definition of paradise. I'm not a, you know. I mean, I love the beach. I love the water. Specifically, I love the water. You know, I love to be actually West Coast beaches, not to swim in, but to see it, to be in its presence. East Coast doesn't have the same angry water that we do on the West Coast, and I like the angry water. I like the waves crashing on the sands and all that. You know, when I have when I meditate or I do hypnotherapy, you know, you create a safe place, and in that safe place, I'm always on a West Coast beach. But at the same time, this, being in the middle, smack dab in the middle of so much nature. And we were in Miami. It's not like we weren't. But that kind of nature kind of oogies me out, Snakes and frogs and, swampy creatures. That's not what I'm talking about.
Eyes on the top and then big teeth on the bottom.
Yeah, that's not my idea of nature that I like. But here, where little squirrel was, running on top of our roof, and we had a stellar jay, which is a type of blue jay with a black head. He comes and visits us, and he sits on the jacuzzi or right next to the window. Yesterday he flew at me through the window, and you don't see that over there.
Right.
And then I looked to this way, and I don't know if you could. I doubt that you could see anything, but that's all mountains over there. And we were eating dinner outside, the 5 of us, and just sitting out here in this amazingness. It's really, it's like, I don't know, it's like your prayers are answered, and it's serene just to be here.
Yeah.
Yesterday was frustrating, but.
Yeah, basically that's what Andrew is saying. They get the paradise remark all the time too, but you still have to do dishes and laundry. You don't do dishes on vacation.
No. Oh, good Lord, no. You know how many dishes this place does not have a dishwasher.
Yeah, so we're
doing this is the dishwasher.
Yep.
And I washed so many plates and pans and cups. Because the first thing we did when we got all our boxes was we handled the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because the kitchen is the majority of the stuff that we had that we brought over. And that took us, 13 hours?
Yeah.
Something like around that.
Right.
Because not only did we have to bring our stuff in, we had to take their stuff out. Don't ask me. So.
Oh, did we also point out that we have 42 steps to get from the car to the inside of the house?
Yeah.
Or to the top of the house?
So if you're going to visit us, do a little wind sprinting before you get here.
Yeah, that was the other issue, because bringing up groceries, it's a lot. Yeah, we're going to get into shape real quickly. Actually, I'm already feeling it.
Well, yesterday, I didn't have to take a break going up the stairs.
Yeah.
Which was weird. And I think that a lot of it has to do with, we're almost at 7,000 feet.
Yeah.
We came from negative something,
right.
negative 15, 13, whatever.
The first 3 days here, I could not answer the phone without
panting.
Yeah.
It was bad. Even the kids were like, it's like, wait a minute.
You have young, supple little lungs.
Yeah, and what they say is that when you change altitudes and your body becomes acclimated to it, 1, you get very tired.
Yeah.
And 2, you get very hungry. Well, now Paul and I have been very hungry, but since we've been so busy, we haven't been eating.
Yeah.
So
we're slimming down.
We're slimming down as we speak because we just don't have time. And then when we do have time, we don't have the energy to go and get food. It's like enough to walk to the kitchen. It's like,
nice bruise, huh? Got a bruise there.
Paul is all bruised up, and Paul doesn't like to be bruised because he has to point it out to me constantly. That's
right. Apparently my box moving techniques is...
Where's the bicep?
Huh? Oh, it was on this one. It's underneath somewhere. Guess you can't see it.
There's nothing there.
Bruises.
Whereas the dishpan hands you can see.
That's right.
And these people who own this house are these animals that have the hot water heater at 130 degrees. Now, how do I know that? Because I used his candy thermometer to test the water. And so instead of just washing dishes, I was sanitizing them. What happened?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, la.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We'll just ask this nice person. Go ahead.
I just got offered something really lovely.
Boink.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
I mean, if it brings up,
our numbers, I don't know.
Our numbers, yeah. Go ahead, keep talking.
So anyway, one of the things that we wanted to talk about was
I'm gonna get more coffee while
yes,
you tee things up.
Sedona.
Is that what we're talking
yeah,
about?
no, just a little bit.
Okay.
If you have the opportunity, go to Sedona. We stayed right outside of Sedona in the village of Oak Creek, which is more manageable in terms of money, because Sedona is very touristy and whatever. But the I don't know, the ambiance, the energy in the air, the atmosphere, just the sheer beauty of it. I mean, it's really just gobsmacking how you walk out of your hotel room and you just turn your head and boom, there's this red mountain just sitting right there. We had the opportunity to walk out and like hike out to one of the vortexes. Now, you might not be into all this hippie crap and whatever, but I can tell you this. We went to Bell Rock, which is one of the vortexes. And a vortex is a place where they've found that all these energies converge. And, they were, one of the things that we read was like, the 3 types of energy. Now, Paul has a bachelor's in astrophysics. He didn't know what the 3 types of energy were. He didn't realize. He didn't realize. Yeah, he didn't realize that they were talking like metaphysics. So what they were talking about is that feminine energy, male energy, feminine, masculine, and neutral energy, all converged in Bell Rock. I just thought it was really pretty, and I really wanted to be able to experience it and feel it. And what would it feel like to shock. What would it feel like to be on it and to do my stuff on there. And when I say my stuff, I mean like chant and all that stuff that I do to keep me even keeled. And so the 5 of us climbed.
Yeah.
And which, of course, being lowlanders like the Miamians that we became, that was a weird thing. And being that we also, Jeannie and I have no depth perception. Jeannie obviously is blind, but I also have eye issues. I hurt my eye when I was a little kid, so I have one far-sighted, one nearsighted eye. So depth perception, not one of my fortes. So climbing becomes a lot of fun.
It was. Yeah, whereas the boys, Bobby is supremely built for climbing because he has feet that are like this big to hold up his body.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's mostly feet.
Yeah, he climbs like a duck. He's perfect for it.
So, we got up there. And I can tell you, we didn't climb the whole thing, obviously. No. Okay, enough of the shocking.
Yeah, I can't help it. The energy.
Because we know when it got dry, because the static electricity became so bad that I could actually see the spark.
Yeah.
Last night, it was really cool.
We need to buy some static art.
Yeah, and my pants were sticking to my leg as well. Anyway, so here we are on Bell Rock, and I could feel my chest rumbling, and I didn't know if that was it was because I was like about to pass out from being out of air, or
a little that.
No. By the time I calmed down, it was still, and you could just feel the electricity in the air. It was really weird. And now, I know we felt it, and then to have Jeannie confirm it. And Jeannie tends to be a lot more cut and dry and very scientific, and she just said, it feels very weird here, and it does feel weird there. But I could tell you for a fact that when we left there, our creativity.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because up until that point, we couldn't think of
start.
Yeah.
To everything.
Couldn't think of anything but.
Oh yeah.
And then after we left there, we were just like on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, before that, the idea of writing or doing any type of work, it's like, no, And then we got there, and then felt much more, okay, got a plan, gotta be creative. It was nice. We like Sedona.
So yes, we highly recommend Sedona. Very nice place, nice people. It was nice. Yeah, we definitely will go back.
Yes.
We're gonna go back. Maybe without the kids. Or at least for them to have something to do.
Oh yeah.
While, I do my thing on the... So here's me sitting on Bell Rock. Right behind me is Paul holding Ricky. Who insisted that he wanted to stand.
Oh yeah.
Now we're on a rock that's like this.
Yeah. He wanted to stand.
He wanted to
dance
stand
and
like,
and do all the things that a 4-year-old. And the thing is, well, okay, like I said, Bobby is supremely built for this. Bobby has always been a climber and never fell.
Yeah. Would
never fall. Didn't bump himself. Never hurt himself. He was one of those. Ricky has been known to fall. He's more of a daredevil, and sometimes he misses the
Daredevil?
Daredevil.
Daredevil?
Yes.
That's how they say daredevil in his country.
That's right.
So, anyway, today's topic was, are you your own cheerleader? And this has become supremely important, as we, when you, okay,
sorry.
Dude, you are like all shocky. Yesterday, no shocky. Today, all shocky.
Yeah. Like this.
Just
Stay there. Or don't
keep
rub.
rubbing on me.
Don't rub.
Keep rubbing on me.
Yes, rubbing makes the shock. It's also nice, but
with your newly moisturized hands. Yeah. Oh, they're really rough today.
Yeah, I moisturized them a lot today. I told you we need to send. Tell your mom to send Avon. Lots and lots of Avon.
So anyway, we haven't done much of this. Just holding hands.
No, because there's been either dishes or boxes. And yes.
So, anyway, are you your own cheerleader? One of the things that we're finding is two kinds of cheerleading. Okay. Are you tooting your own horn because you understand your awesomeness, or are you claiming your awesomeness because of extrinsic reasons? Okay, what is that?
I don't know. We got a bug that's...
I have never seen anything like that.
Is able to hover in one spot.
Yeah, I think
like
it's an alien.
Yes.
Anyway, so... and that becomes really important because one of the things that's happened to society is that, thanks to the 70s and Marlo Thomas and all this stuff, the idea for you to be you and me and all that other crap. I know it's not crap. It was important. But we took it too far. And feeling good about ourselves became more about surrounding ourselves with crap.
Okay.
And that it became very extrinsic and not intrinsic. For example, like when kids play baseball nowadays, or kids play anything, they do a spelling bee, they play a game, some sort of competitive sport or whatever. Everybody ends up with a trophy. Everybody gets a ribbon. Nobody is singled out anymore as being special, which is kind of soul crushing when you are. We're thinking that it's almost like communism. It's almost like a socialistic kind of way of breeding self-esteem in everybody. That everybody's the same and we're all unique in our own way. It's like we're all unique in the same way.
Oh, the thing is, I do believe everybody's unique and everybody has their gift and that kind of stuff. But I think that the goal of the ribbon is to find out what's unique in the child, and then promote that. Not just give everybody a ribbon.
Right,
and
but
just
we've lost
decide
that. But we've lost all that because it's just become this rote thing that we're doing with self-esteem. Now, self-esteem is so crucially important to all of us. It's not just feel good about yourself. Self-esteem is what gives you the energy to succeed. You know, the confidence to put yourself out there, to not fear rejection. That's also, self-esteem is a cornerstone of relationship. If you feel comfortable with yourself in your own skin, then you're willing to give to somebody else. And you're not going to be sitting there wondering when they're going to break your heart or cheat on you or hurt you in some other way.
Yeah, self-esteem is very linked, very linked to resilience.
Yes.
Yeah,
you need to be on my side here, yes?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to not shock anymore.
Okay.
Because I just like touched you and went.
Hot,
That's
baby.
right. Yeah, when you're looking at things like resilience and how you deal with adversity in life and that kind of stuff, it is self-esteem that takes you through it.
Right.
You know, knowing that you're
awesome. And that's not, you know, that's very different from bragging, from any of us. Okay, if you could just see this, all the hairs on my arm are just standing up. Great. I can't wait for him to come back and zap me. Anyway, yeah, I remember growing up and the idea that being a braggart or boasting or any kind of self-promotion was considered ugly, especially being a Catholic. You know, that you just don't do that. And I remember the nuns, that was a big deal. That tooting your own horn in Catholic school was tantamount to just zapped really good. Now I lost my train of thought because you've electrocuted me.
You've lost areas of your brain. What do you mean?
But you know, being a braggart in the Catholic school was tantamount to saying the Pope was wearing a dress.
Oh yeah,
or
that's a
you
bad
know,
thing.
the Pope wasn't infallible. I can say that now. But so we learned not to do that. You know, that was something that we learned. Now today's kids get the complete opposite of that. We actually celebrate mediocrity with our kids. And that whole giving everybody a medal thing. You know, what happens is that we're spending so much time making sure that we make every child feel special that we don't take any time to ask the kid how they feel.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem. That's the biggest problem right there. Because we don't honor their voice. And that's more special than giving them a ribbon. You know, one of the things that we worked really hard on in the move, and I'm not saying that we've succeeded at all. Okay? Get this right. You know, I don't want everybody to go, oh, Lee and Paul think they're perfect parents. We are. But I'm not saying that right now. You know, we, instead of making sure that the kids got here and that they were surrounded by whatever and, you know, completely distracted from the move and, wow, you're special. We talked about it constantly. How are you feeling? What's going on now? You know, checking in emotionally with them throughout the trip, checking in emotionally with them, you know, this first week here. The night before, well, Sunday night, Bobby couldn't sleep, and you know, he was very homesick on that night because the next day he was starting school.
Yeah.
So, you know, being with him that night, and we talked, and he cried, and not only that, I kind of pushed it.
Inside.
I pushed the crying. You know, it's like, I want him to feel it. I want him to be sad. Because then he's going to feel better and accept and be able to truly appreciate the good stuff. So, once he started school, on Monday, it's like very different. Now, he's not having problems getting up in the morning. He's looking forward to going to school. Monday, not so much. But every other day, he's been raring to go, very excited. He loves the school. He loves the kids around the school. He loves everything about it. So, but that wouldn't have happened had he not expressed himself.
Right. Saying you have to talk to your kids because they learn by example to express their feelings.
Exactly.
That
Very much so. You know, the reason, the way I got him to cry now, he's a boy. You know, I mean, I would never tell him to stop crying. But society does.
Yes.
So he's already 7. He's been in school for a while. So he's had a lot of societal, you know, go out there and do your thing and you know, go out there and get a stiff upper lip and all that good stuff.
Oh, good. I'm glad things are going well in school. They make friends so fast, thank goodness.
Yeah, faster than we do. I don't think we've talked to anybody since we've been here.
Oh, no, I've talked to everybody who...
Oh, no, it's not true, because everybody's very chatty.
Yeah, every
We're back in
store
California,
person.
so everybody's very chatty and very nice.
I had a 10-minute conversation with the person at the do-it-yourself store.
So he took so long.
Didn't see anything. Talk to the person.
But anyway, now with Ricky, it's a different thing because Ricky, you know, Ricky's just here. He didn't get into the pre-K program, sadly. So he's here waiting all day for his buddy. So
his first words when he wakes up are, "Where's Bobby?"
Yeah. Oh no, what I meant to say is, you know, from learning by example, the way I got Bobby to cry was telling him that if he would have gone outside a few minutes before, because we were sitting on the deck here, I was crying, and I know you find that really shocking.
You?
That I was crying, but yeah, I was crying, and so I told him that, and he's like, "Why were you crying?" And then I told him that you know, you might miss everybody, and I do miss everybody, but the Genie stuff is actually getting me more than everybody else, and that just started the floodgates on me, which was good.
Yeah, Genie, we'll be dropping her off in 10 days. Or we'll be leaving here in 10 days. Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Week and a half or so. So yes, by 2 weeks we will be dropping her off.
Yes, by the 18th. Hello. There's our friend.
Yeah, right above us.
Stellar J.
Yeah. Directly above us.
Directly above us.
Now, one of the things I wanted to say with the, teaching him to express himself, it even goes beyond teaching, because by having that conversation, what it did is it gave value to his feelings.
Right.
You know, when we go back to the idea of self-esteem, that's really what we're trying to promote in our kids and in ourselves, is to be able to say that the feelings that we have are valuable. They mean something.
They matter.
They matter, and thus we matter.
And that's really where self-esteem is.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, just watch yourself.
When somebody understands that they matter,
we'll be there.
Everything else goes away. When you know that this is why being in a relationship, being in a good relationship, is such a self-esteem booster, because you're getting validated by somebody else. And having true self-esteem is when you start validating yourself.
And that's what Andrew was just saying. Heck, I'm still learning to value my feelings.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, honestly, that's a process we go through, because we've been so trained to not value our feelings, to question our feelings, to squash our feelings.
Yeah.
And that's just an ugly place to be in. It's, a lot of things that, watching movies, watching TV shows, all, they make fun of expressing yourself and sharing things and you know, it's all about, making fun of those things, and it's really sad because those things are important. I mean, being able to cry or to laugh or everything is like tone it down.
Right.
There is no, you could cry this much.
Mm.
And then shut it up because you're making me uncomfortable.
Right.
You could laugh this much and then stop it because you're making me uncomfortable. I think the only people that we allow to do all that kind of stuff are babies.
Mm-hmm. Right. They can do.
Yeah. And the only reason why we allow them to do that is because they can't express themselves any other way.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, we try to stop them from crying. Shh.
Yes.
Shake them until they have little, shaken baby syndrome. And there's a reason.
Mm-hmm.
They're expressing themselves, and so.
Which actually, I think, would bring me to my next thought here, is self-esteem and feelings are based in reality.
Right.
So, and there is a healthy self-esteem is going to come from somebody who has who's present, who has a real concept of themselves and the world around them. Because we watch things like, so you think you can dance.
Right.
Now, there's some people there who have some very extreme self-esteems, but I wouldn't say that they're healthy self-esteems. Like the ones who get up there and go, I've been dancing forever, and they can't dance.
Right.
But they've surrounded themselves with people who do that's really good.
I don't know if you watch those kind of shows like American Idol. We don't watch it, but we only watch it for like the auditions, and or So You Think You Can Dance.
Mm-hmm.
You get some really deluded people,
right?
And thinking that there's like the most awesomeness of dancers or singers. And that goes back to the parents doing the, oh, honey, you're best. You're the best. Thinking that that's going to make them better.
Right.
I'm going to tell you a story, and now you're going to probably go, oh, my God, what a bitch. But, hey. Our daughter is a very good artist.
Mm-hmm.
She can draw very well.
Yeah.
However, she's not what you would call, a prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, a few years back, when she was into her drawing and she was taking an art class in school, she actually considered wanting to go into art.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had to sit her down and do the whole, you can do art, but you're not an artist.
Right.
There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that, it's like, at first blush, most parents nowadays would be like, oh my God, you squashed her dreams. But.
See, you don't have to be the only bitch in that, because I participated in crushing those dreams. This was something we did as a parental unit.
As a team.
That's right.
And the idea was, you can't build your child's self-esteem on blowing smoke up their ass.
Right. Because then all you're doing is setting them up to fail.
You set them up for failure. So then, once society has knocked them down 1,000 million times, then what you do is you create almost like a dystonic kind of understanding of reality. Like, I know I'm awesome, but society doesn't get me.
Right.
And then that separation begins. And then this is why we get so many weirdos out there who think they can dance or sing, and they can't do any of that. And that's not really being a parent. When I say about, are you your own cheerleader, it's like, can you, basically boost yourself out of the hole.
Right.
I'm not talking about being a cheerleader for somebody else. and just say, "Oh, you could do it, you could do it," and it's like that's not really building self-esteem.
No.
Building self-esteem comes from, this is what you're really good at, and you should be proud of that, and you're pretty good at this, but if you compare yourself to these kinds of artists, are you there?
Yeah,
reality is a very important
right.
part of self-esteem.
Yeah, I don't even
and that
know
sounds,
whether...
and I know that will just be soul-crushing to so many parents out there who basically constantly celebrate their kids' mediocrity.
Right.
I know my kids have talents in many things.
Yeah, see, I don't know whether even the word cheerleader is the best one. Because it's almost,
it's like
life coach, or,
yeah.
Are you your own life coach? Are you able to look and say, okay, you're good at this. You're really, really good at this. Seize it. Go for it. That's what we're talking about when we're, exploring our own self-esteem, is to be able to say, you know what? I've become really good at this. I'm going for it.
Right. And then another one is to be able to say, you know what, I'm really not good at that.
See, that's part
of having a good, healthy self-esteem,
right.
is to be able to say things like, yeah, that's not my forte.
Right. Without it being this, this crushing attack on you, right? It's like, I'm not going to be a baseball player. No, it ain't going to happen.
No.
You know what? And my self-esteem is good enough now that I can say, I'm not going to be a baseball player.
Getting hit in the face with
baseballs?
With baseballs.
Yes, at the age of 40-something.
Yeah,
probably not going to happen.
We had a softball league a few years back, and everybody's like, "Hey, Paul, why don't you play?" He's like,
"I don't know. Genetics, I think."
But meanwhile, my dad, my sister, my brother, myself, my sister-in-law, who really can't play, and if you're watching, Money, you're okay. You're better than Paul.
Yeah.
How's that? I'll give you that. I ain't saying much, but I'll give you that. We could all play, but
no.
Especially like if the ball's thrown at him and he does one of these things, and he lifts up a leg. Very girly.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, that's my stuff.
Have a good self-esteem. I'm good at other
things.
I'm
getting... I see. The dew is dropping right on my head.
Is it the dew or the little... Because these things shed. This tree
seems
water. To be shed. Oh, is it water?
Yeah, it's water.
Maybe you see bird...
Bird shitting on my head.
That's
hey, that's good luck,
blue
right?
Bird of happiness sitting on you.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. So, anywho, one of the things I wrote about a couple weeks ago on this topic was the word retarded. Now, the word has been bastardized and used in so many different ways. Specifically, they've taken the word and used it for anything that means slow or stupid or anything like that. The problem is that because idiots have used that word, I said idiots, professionals can't use the word anymore.
The thing is, the word retarded unto itself is a very scientific word.
It is a scientific word.
I mean, across the board. In both
there isn't,
the
it's like, sure, you can look at the Urban Dictionary version of it, but it's a scientific word.
Yeah.
And back in the day when when they created, when they created intelligence testing, they had the categories for different forms of retardation. And, the categories back then in the beginning were things like moron and idiot. All of these words we've taken and used them as now regular vocabulary.
Right.
But they all started out as scientific terms.
Mm-hmm.
And now, so you can't use those anymore as a psychometrist or a school psychologist or, a psychologist who has tested somebody. The problem that they're finding is that when they sit down with a parent to talk about their child's scores that were below average, way below average, you can't use the word retarded anymore. Therefore, you're talking about mentally deficient, and you're talking about...
The thing is that you can't use any impactful words.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got to tippy-toe
Mm-hmm.
around it. And all of this comes from, don't use all these bad words on my kid.
Right.
Because don't label my kid. Well,
because the parents don't have the self-esteem to handle it.
Exactly.
It's really the...
Because the kids know that they're in a special class.
Right.
They know. I mean, there's no question about that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're struggling to make them feel good about themselves, but they know.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what you do to kind of cushion that blow, what would have actually have been healthier for them would have been to sit them down and talk to them about it and tell them. But instead we make this, oh, look at everything's fine. And it's not. You know, not fine in the sense of, because you're lying to your kid. You know, my sister's a school psychologist. And that's one of the things she's talked about several times, sitting there with a parent, you know, for like over an hour, trying to explain to them that their kid is, you know, basically can be classified retarded. And show, you know, that she could show them the numbers, but because she can't use that word, parents aren't getting it. And that all comes back to this phony self-esteem that we've got going. You know, I've met many people who've been labeled learning disabled, who are brilliant, just brilliant people, and I mean it in every form of the word. They shine, they're amazing, they've overcome all sorts of things. Our daughter, blind, with, you know, on these autism spectrum, deaf, her left side doesn't work, all these things, and she's amazing.
Oh, yes.
But we never lied to her about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, we're not going to say, oh, honey, you could do it. We never.
As a kid, she wanted to play baseball.
Yeah.
That wasn't working for her.
Yeah.
Who knew why? You know, maybe because she couldn't see the ball.
Couldn't see the ball.
Things like that.
Couldn't run very much without her little arm up like this. But it's really, you know, doing that sit down, it's like, sweet cheeks, you can't do it.
By the way, we're not going against Jane Lynch and saying that, you know,
use the R word.
Start using, right.
No.
Yes.
But, well, what we really would like to do is ease up on professionals using it. You know? It's like, let's stop vilifying the word. Let's just stop using it, you know, incorrectly, and allow the professionals to use a word like that. That's really what we're...
Yeah.
Because as parents, we need to have all the information.
Give it back to where it
yeah.
belongs.
Let the professionals use their professional words again. You know, it's like when people are like, oh, she's such, you know, I guess she's bipolar or whatever. You know what? You don't know what that means.
Right. See,
you
the
know?
thing is that...
These are professional words. Don't touch them.
Retarded in the professional sense is really a very compassionate word, because
it's just slow.
Right, it means that, you know, the person is going to need to push through things harder. I mean, if you look at it from a physics point of view, basically a retarded flow of water means that the water is being stopped up a little bit, and it's going to have to push through harder. You know, so it is actually
needs a little extra help.
A little extra help, a little extra push, a little extra...
Right, and a little extra time.
Yeah.
And we just don't want to believe those things. And I think I think the whole self-esteem push has like, the pendulum has swung so hard to one side where I don't want to hear anything negative.
Exactly.
La la la, la la la, la la la. And that's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. It's not. That's not what's going to make your kid better. That's what's going to make your kid feel better.
It needs to be based in reality.
Yeah.
You know, and not crushing reality, just, you know, where you're at. You know? See, that's one of those, okay, when I would teach, they would do, you know, kids would do well, what is normal? because of course,
Oh, I hate
high
that.
school kids, are
Well, because
all about.
I'm sorry, but us adults, we've taught kids that bullshit.
Uh-huh.
That, oh, there's nothing normal.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so special because
Right.
everybody's so unique.
The thing is, normal is
Statistical.
Yeah, right. This is a word from statistics. There is, you take
Average.
a certain amount of people. Normal would be that middle point on the bell curve. And of course, as a teacher, a science teacher, that was always wonderful because, they would say that, and not only could I slam them down, but I turned it into a whole lecture and usually graded them on it.
Yeah.
So,
I could, obviously you could, draw the bell curve. It's like, I'll show you exactly what normal is. I'll give you the math on normal.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, it's like, we don't want to be normal anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to make normal a bad word. And, we're also busy trying to be special and unique.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we think self-esteem is about. Self-esteem is not about that. Self-esteem is about embracing your normal tube.
Mm-hmm.
Self-esteem is like, this is who I am, and it's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's...
See, the thing is that everybody is normal at most things, and everybody is deficient at some things, and everybody is gifted at other things.
Yeah.
Healthy self-esteem is recognizing all of those categories.
Right.
And working
and
to
being
your
okay with
strengths
them.
and getting
and
away
being
from
okay
your
with them.
weaknesses.
I mean, once you say things like, no, I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And not from the, I can't do it. It's more like the, that's not in my wheelhouse.
Hell no.
I mean, one of the things that Paul's embraced over, there's a plane way up there. Oh my God, this guy's so blue. One of the things that Paul's embraced in the last few years is that everybody loves Paul.
Uh-huh.
And because of that, he has an ease with people, specifically on the phone, and things like that.
I am learning that one.
Yeah.
That is definitely one.
And that is his thing.
Okay.
I don't have that kind of stuff. I'm great in person.
Yeah.
I'm great in person. I can wow you in person.
Mm-hmm.
On the phone, I don't know. I'm hit or miss. Those are my two things. I'm not even, and I've talked about this before about, in my personality, I'm either loved or hated.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the moment that I accepted that, and that was just within the last 6 years of my life, that I've accepted that. Because before I used to fight that. And I either became mega bitch and said, fuck everybody, or I became the doormat. Because I wanted everybody to love me.
And when she says that she's accepted it within the last 6 years, that's more of a you've grown into it than
right.
This is over the 6 years.
Yeah. In the last 6 years, it's been this, what, I'm getting it. I'm getting the, I'm just not everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. Mm-hmm. And the people who appreciate me or love me really love me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm okay with losing some people in the fray, but the recompense is the fact that I'm gonna get some people who really adore me out of this too.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I need that, but the idea that I have this ability, and I really see it almost like a superhero ability.
Oh yeah.
To either have people adore me or have people hate me. Right. There is you get no middle ground with Lee. And I'm I'm extreme in that sense, and that's something that I've learned to appreciate. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. To have that ability, and that the people that do stick around tend to be really wonderful people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I like to think of it as getting rid of the shaft.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we got like 5 minutes.
Okay.
4 minutes. Do we have
Okay.
any idea what we're talking about next week?
No.
I want to write about moving. I mean, all of the aspects now that we've actually done it, and
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just being distracted by my little woodpeckers.
Yes.
I'm sure that'll go away soon, but right now it's like, oh,
yes, nature.
I know. There's so many of them today.
Oh, yeah. like I said, we actually put bread out to, to attract the animals, as opposed to, in Florida, we never put like a chicken out to attract an alligator.
Now we put poison out because
Yeah.
he doesn't.
Didn't like any of those animals. Anyhow, I was thinking that I would like to write about moving in more of a coherent. We've talked about moving a lot, but in my mind at least, it hasn't been very cohesive.
What?
Sorry. Ricky just decided to yell.
1 second.
So I don't think it's been very cohesive. There hasn't been a
Okay.
good. It's been more of, oh my God, we're moving, and
This is our creative process. Watch. Okay.
So we'll probably be talking about moving or not.
Yeah.
Depending on.
I get to.
Yeah.
The thing is that since I do all the Twitter stuff and
It's true.
Facebook stuff, I get to decide what the topics are. That's how we roll.
That is true.
And then he gets in. It's like, what are we talking about? We're talking about it. Really? Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I decided. So who knows what I'm going to talk about?
Oh, but wait, no, you already started writing about moving, so therefore that we're, now whether we talk about it, who knows?
Not the boss of me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're going to have people in our house next Friday.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah,
My
they
brother.
will be here.
My brother's already coming out to visit us.
Oh,
Why?
that's
Because
true.
that's how he rolls.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, he was setting it up while we were still living at his house.
Yeah. We lived at his house a couple of weeks, so he figured he's gonna have to turn the table and live at
That's
our
right.
house for a while, only for like a day.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Yeah. So we'll have them on the show.
Yes. Ooh,
It's gonna be fun.
that would be fun. Make him cry.
Make them cry.
Make 'em cry.
Exactly. That's great. We're gonna have guests on the show next week.
That's right. Yes. Should we inform them or just?
No, we're just gonna bring that shit on them at
That's
the last
right.
minute. Because that's how we roll.
That's right. As they're staggering out with, a cup of
Good
coffee.
Lord. Are you hearing that?
Oh yeah. No, we have whatever dogs. Okay, this is a very dog-friendly area. So everybody has dogs, and most
And they're
people,
big.
yes, have big dogs. The kind where they're giant dogs that you just lay on, because
Right.
they don't seem to do anything else. They just sit there. So yeah, but they're
It's like
big,
this
and it
is
sounds
where-
like wolves.
Where like golden retrievers are considered puppies to these
Mhm.
people, because the dogs that they have are like mammothy kind
Yeah,
of.
and they all think that they're lap dogs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas our teeny weeny dogs wouldn't stand a chance.
Yes.
Not
No.
even.
No.
They don't even bark
They
out
run.
here. Have you noticed? And maybe a couple times they go. "Arf!"
No,
I'm not gonna even
Not me, not me.
No, I didn't say anything. Bye bye.
Okay, so let's see how much time do we got. I can't see anything in the sun, so I'm doing. Oh, we got 20 seconds.
Okay, so have a
Goodbye.
great week, and we'll see you next
Okay.
Friday, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Really.